Good morning to everyone. Welcome to lecture number 11. Professor CSR Gaikwad here, and today I am going to discuss classification of herbicide. Before I start, firstly we need to know what is a weed. So weed is any plant which is undesirable, or we can say that unwanted plant, or plant having a no economic value. To control the weed, there are various methods like cultural, physical, chemical, or biological. Here we are going to discuss only the chemical control. In it first, in a chemical control, use a chemical for control the weed, and is called as a herbicide. So herbicide is a chemical used to kill or inhibit the growth of target plant. In agriculture, this target plant is the weed. Okay, classification of herbicide. They classify by different types, like classification according to their use or mode of action, then classification according to their chemical composition, then classification according to their time of application, and classification according to their residual effect. We see the flowchart of classification of herbicide. Classification of herbicide. Herbicides are divided into two types, like selective herbicides and non-selective herbicide. In first, selective herbicide, they are again divided into two types: foliage active herbicides and soil applied herbicide. In a foliage active herbicide means application of herbicides in a foliar parts. Okay, so foliage applied or foliage active herbicide, they are again divided into two types, like a contact herbicide or translocated herbicide. Translocated herbicides are also known as a systemic herbicides. In a contact selective herbicides, example like a propanil, bromoxynil, dinosep, atrazine. And the example like translocated selective herbicides like a 2,4-D, MCPA, 2,4-DB, 2,4-5-T. And soil applied herbicides means it is a root active herbicides. They divide into two types, like a mobile in a plant or non-mobile in a plant. So mobile in plant, example like atrazine, diuron, alachlor, anilofos. Then non-mobile in a plants herbicides like a nitrofen, trifluralin, indothal. Then second type is a non-selective herbicides. Non-selective herbicide also divided into parts, like foliage active herbicides and soil active herbicide. Foliage active herbicides, in that contact and translocated herbicide. So contact non-selective herbicides example is the paraquat, diquat or glufosinate. Then translocated non-selective herbicides example are the glyphosate, 2,4-5-T, dalopan, amitrol. Then soil applied herbicides. Soil applied herbicides, in there residual herbicides mean its toxicity remain in soil for 2 to 4 weeks. It is a residual. Example like 2,4-D and EPTC. Then non-residual herbicides like DSMA, paraquat, diquat or amitrol. Then fumigants, it is a soil sterilant, means their toxicity remain up to 16 weeks. Their example is the metham and dazomate. Then permanent soil sterilants like atrazine, borate, arsenil, bromoxynil. Okay, so let us take them one by one. So first one is the classification according to their use or mode of action. In that first, selective and non-selective herbicide. So selective herbicide means a herbicide is considered as a selective when in a mixed growth of plant species it kills some species without injuring the others. means the chemical which kills or retard the growth of some plant species with a little or no injury to other plant species. This group of herbicides are very safe to the crop, in which these are recommended for use and kill the weeds without harm to the any crop. This herbicide can be soil applied or foliar applied. Certain selective herbicide, when applied at a very high rate, act as a non-selective herbicides. Example like atrazine or 2,4-D. Then non-selective herbicides. Non-selective herbicides, it is a chemical, are toxic to all plants or kill the all kinds of vegetation. Non-selective herbicides are generally used for controlling the weed in a stale land, roadsides, playgrounds, fallow land, and their example is the paraquat, glyphosate. Okay. Then soil and foliage active herbicides. In that, first, soil active herbicides. Herbicide act through root and other underground parts of weed. An example is the flucloraline. These herbicides act through the roots and other underground parts like rhizome and tubers. So is also called as the root herbicides. Then next one is the foliage active herbicides. These herbicides applied to the weed after their emergence from the soil and active through the plant foliage, and their example is the paraquat, diquat. Foliage active herbicides are both function like soil active or foliage active. Then next one is a contact and translocated herbicide. Contact herbicide mean contact herbicide kills those plant parts which it comes in a direct contact. These herbicides kill those plant or retard the growth of those plant which comes in a direct contact. These chemicals are effective against the annuals when they are young, but not a perennials, because in a perennials there is a regeneration taking place from the deep plant organs which are not affected by the herbicides, and their example is the paraquat. Then translocated or systemic herbicides. Translocated herbicides means it moves from one part to another. So herbicide which tends to move from treated part to untreated areas through the xylem or phloem tissues depending on the nature of its molecule. These herbicides are first absorbed in the foliage or through the roots and then translocated to the other parts of the plant. These herbicides are also known as a systemic herbicide. So example of a non-selective translocated herbicide is a glyphosate. Okay, these herbicides are more effective in destroying a deep-rooted perennials. Then soil sterilants and fumigants. First, soil sterilants. Chemicals applied to soil that kill all living organisms are known as a soil sterilants. Example is the sodium chlorate, arsenic and borates. So herbicide prevent the growth of weed or weed seedling or any plant when present in the soil. Soil sterilizing effect may be either temporary or relatively permanent. Permanent soil sterilant are used for controlling the weed in an industrial area, non-cropped area or grounds for one or more season. So next one is the soil fumigants. These are a volatile compound which leave the soil in a vapor form after few days to few weeks and kill the live plants and plant parts in a soil. They usually function as a vapor or a gas that diffuses through the soil and have relatively short life in the soil. It kills all plant growth before the planting of more desirable species. So their example is the methane and dozomate. Okay, next, classification based on a time of application. First, pre-plant application. Pre-plant application means application of herbicides before the crop is planted or sown. Soil application as well as a foliar application is done here. Means the application of herbicide before a sowing or along with sowing is called as a pre-plant application. So it is also called as a PPI. When the PPI herbicide is also required to be incorporated in a soil soon after its application, the treatment is termed as a pre-plant soil incorporation. So it is called as a PPI. So PPI herbicides like a flucloraline, EPTC. The PPI method of application is followed in case of a soil active herbicides which are susceptible to the volatile or decomposition losses. The PPI herbicide usually prove more effective on annual grasses than against the broadleaf weed. Then pre-emergence herbicides. Pre-emergence herbicides means application of herbicide before a crop or a weed has emerged. In case of annual crop application is done after the sowing of crop but before the emergence of weed, and this is referred to as a pre-emergence to the crop, while in case the perennial crop it can be said as a pre-emergence to weed. So such herbicides are a soil active compound effective against the variety of weed germinating from the seeds, and there are atrazine, simazine, alachlor are some common pre-emergence herbicides. Then post-emergence herbicides. Herbicide application after the emergence of crop or a weed is referred to as a post-emergence application. When herbicide is applied to kill young weeds in a standing amongst the crop plant, it is called as a post-emergence treatment. The post-emergence application of herbicide is most widely used in India to control the variety of weed in a wheat with herbicide like a 2,4-D and isoproteran. And in a dryland agriculture where we have a rough tilth and a dry soil surface, usually the post-emergence herbicide, and this herbicide prove more effective than the pre-emergence herbicide. And their example is the glyphosate, paraquat, 2,4-D. So classification according to their chemical composition. In today, in a present day, herbicide are an organic compound, and they can further divided into 16 groups. You can see the herbicides group. There are 16 group of herbicide and herbicides example. So first group is the aliphatics group, and aliphatics group herbicides are the dalapon, TCA, glyphosate, methyl bromide. Then second group is the amide. Amide group herbicides are the alachlor, butachlor, propachlor, metallachlor, diphenamide and propanil. Then benzoic group herbicides are 2,3,6-TBA, dicamba, tricamba, chlorambane. Then herbicide like paraquat and diquats come under the piperacillin group. Then carbamates group herbicides like profame, chloroprofame, barbane, dichloromate or azulum. Then thiocarbamates herbicide like butalate, cycloate, dialate, EPTC, molinate, pebulate, trialate, vernalate, thiovencarb or benthiocarbamate. Then dithiocarbamates herbicides like CDEC or methane. Then nitriles group of herbicides like bromoxynil, ioxynil, diclobenil. Then dinitroanilins like flucloraline, pendimethyline, nitraline, orazalin, trifluralin. Then phenols group of herbicides like Dinozeb, DNOC or PCP. Then phenoxys group of herbicides like 2,4-D, 2,4,5-T, MCPA, MCPB, 2,4-DB, dicloprop, diclofop, mecoprop or 2,4-D EP. Then triazines group of herbicides like atrazine, cyperazine, senazine, propagine, simazine, metribuzin. Then urease group of herbicides, and it herbicides like monouron, diuron, linuron, isoproteron. Then uracil group of herbicides like bromacil, linacil, isocil, terabacils. Then diphenyl ethers like ditrophane or oxyflorphane. Then others herbicides like a picloram, pyrazone, indothol, pentazone or a oxidiazone. So it is a example of herbicides of group. Then we see the classification of according to their residual effect. So residual effect means the herbicide or residual herbicides maintain their phytotoxic effect in a soil for considerable time after their application. In that, first, short persistent herbicides. So short persistent herbicide means their residual effect remain in a soil up to a week. Okay, means a non-residual herbicides. These non-residual herbicides are inactivated in a soil within a 0 to 15 days after their application. These are largely used to destroy the perennial weeds before the sowing of crop. An example is the paraquat or dicoid. Okay, so paraquat and dicots are a non-residual herbicides. Then medium persistent herbicide. Okay, the residual effect remain in a soil for up to 2 to 6 weeks, and their example is a 2,4-D or atrazine and simazine. Then very long persistent herbicide. Their residual effect remain in the soil for a few months, even years. Okay, in non-cropped areas, long residue herbicides are used when bare land was desired for a month. Okay, these herbicides are also known as soil sterilants, and their example is the phenuron or phenoc. Thank you for watching.